Nice badge.
Keep an eye on the elevator. I'm gonna go wait for forensics.
Okay. Let me know when they get here.
Excuse me.
Message from the sheriff. Prince asked more for 5 reports. If I can't bring back their author, I must bring back the reports at least. I'll know them when I see them. That's not a good sign. Special Agent Smith.
The FBI! Finally, some backup. Lieutenant's expecting you. Straight ahead. Watch out for the bloodstains. Forensics hasn't been through here yet.
Got it. The victim lost a lot of blood.
Yeah, I'm still looking.
Don't worry.
I'll finish here and then I'm on my way.
Free. You're gonna be okay.
Lieutenant Anderson, I'm in charge of the investigation.
Special Agent Smith, FBI.
Really? Smith. Is that some kind of joke?
No, why?
Let it go. Never mind. I'll give you the DL. We got a call from the caretaker around 2:15. He told us that one of his residents was brought in with an injury carried by his bodyguards. We sent a squad car that got here around 2:45.
Is the caretaker still here?
He's in the living room, but I don't think you'll be able to get anything useful out of him. Poor guy's in shock.
Who was the first person on the scene?
That would be Baker. He's somewhere around here. It shouldn't be hard to find him.
Okay, then what?
When they stepped inside, the guys came face to face with that.
Do we know who the victim is?
Yeah, he had his ID on him. It's the owner, a guy named Jason Moore. I don't know who this guy pissed off, but things didn't work out too well for him.
Did you secure all the exits and entrances to the building?
Yes, we've got men on the ground floor and in the parking garage.
How do you get to the parking garage?
You'll have to ask the caretaker. He's the one who took my men down there.
Do we know if he had a family?
Yeah, a wife and an 8-year-old daughter. The wife, Lydia Moore, 34 years old, architect, dual citizen of Costa Rica and the US, no criminal record. Yeah, we're trying to get a hold of her. The daughter, June. We've looked and she's not here either.
What have you got on Moore?
He was an asset manager. But if you ask me, he was involved in some shady stuff that we're sure to find out about. It's not every day that an accountant gets his head chopped off.
Where are the bodyguards?
We haven't found anyone yet.
Go on.
We're still looking for the head. We're waiting on forensics for everything else, but they're busy with another case.
What case?
You haven't heard? At one international place. They say it was a real bloodbath. So, you're here to take over the case?
No. I'm working on something else. Moore's name popped up in one of our investigations, but I can't talk about it.
Okay, I'll let my team know. Agent Smith from the FBI is here. We're still in charge of the investigation, so please cooperate with him.
The blow came from behind. The flesh is burnt around the bullet hole, over a wide area. He was shot at point-blank range, no doubt about it. A signet ring with a beaver on it. More went to MIT. There's a retainer here somewhere. My shit ended up at the bottom of the sea as well, like my other lives. One of the weapons is missing. They wanted to bring a little vacation back home. That must remind him of Costa Rica. It's a whole way of life there. Slow down and enjoy things, in contrast to Jason's life. A real jungle in the heart of Boston. A truly peaceful oasis. Why were you looking for peace, Jason? I warned you, Jason. God, did I warn you? We destroy all that we touch. The apartment has changed since my last visit.
Come on. It'll pass. Don't worry. You'll need to ask the concierge how to get to the parking garage. He's the one who sent my colleagues down. Ew.
Ugh, what a stench. Oh, there are bloodstains on the garbage chute. There are bloody prints on these bags. When I knew him, he took better care of himself. What's going on with him? Are you all right?
Yeah, just a little faint.
I was expecting it, but then... give me a minute, and I'll head back.
The sight of blood. We've all been there, haven't we?
No.
Why is the FBI interested in Moore?
His name came up in several financial investigations we're working on. Looks like Lydia's planner. Lydia's life seems to revolve around June and her home in Costa Rica, with Jason often absent.
What a bloodbath.
Jason, Lydia, and June. A little family all together, and in large format. Jason, proud of his family and his success. Jason, proud of his family and his success. Lydia, radiant and beaming. June, who looks more like Jason than Lydia. His MIT class ring, right where you can't miss it. The same one I saw on the body. I have to question him.
He's still freaked out. I don't think it's the right time.
I have to question him.
He's still freaked out. I don't think it's the right time. Jason Moore. That guy had it all.
Somebody slept here. Mr. Adams?
No. This can't be happening. What a nightmare. So much blood.
I've got a few questions.
I tried to help him. I told him we should call 911. I told him.
Sir, listen to me. It's all right. Calm down. You're safe and you did the right thing.
I did the right thing.
I need you to answer a few questions for me.
Yes, of course. What do you want to know?
Did you know Mr. Moore well?
We weren't friends, if that's what you're asking. But we got to know each other. With time. He was a creature of habit. Since he worked late, he would often ask me for things at night. A newspaper, batteries, ice. I think he asked me for just about everything. I prided myself on always being able to get what he needed, no matter what time it was. You'd have thought he pretty much lived after dark.
Like his clients. Did Mr. Moore have many visitors?
For a man with his status, it was nothing surprising. But, well...
Yes?
His visitors mostly came in the middle of the night. I must admit, that's a little unusual.
That's what working for us is like.
He told me he had a lot of foreign clients, and he had to juggle different time zones. That's what working from home is like. He had colleagues over for late-night meetings, too. But since little June was born, not as many people came around.
That was wise. Did he have any enemies that you were aware of?
No. He was a very respectable man. No bad company or anything.
Except for us. Without any disrespect to the deceased, were you aware of any extramarital affairs he may have had?
Mr. Moore was a good man. He would never have disrespected his wife, or even contemplated it, I'm sure.
She could have been okay with it. There were no young women coming and going.
That's a very inappropriate question. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Do you know his wife?
Mrs. Moore is a model resident. She always has something nice to say to the staff. And is the first to welcome new neighbors, too. A true lady.
Do you know where she is?
Mr. Moore told me she'd gone to their home in Costa Rica. She goes there pretty often. She's an architect, and she likes to work in her home country. She has family there.
Do you think anyone could have been so angry with her that they could have taken it out on her husband?
Oh, no. I don't think so. It's true that lots of people could have been jealous of her. But not to that point.
Do you think she could have been having an affair?
I refuse to speak ill of Mrs. Moore. I will not dignify that question with a response.
I imagine the girl left with her mother?
Not at all. It was the start of the school year, and Mrs. Moore left 2 weeks ago. I haven't seen her since Monday, when Mr. Moore took her to school on the first day. She must be staying with a friend. Poor little thing. Thank heaven she wasn't here.
Do you know his bodyguards?
Yeah, there's Jack, James, and Wu. But you won't hear me singing their praises.
Why not?
Oh, they're good at strutting around and acting tough when everything is going well. But where were they tonight? Can you tell me that? That was their job, right? They were paid to protect him.
What do you mean by acting tough?
More than once I overheard them talking to Mr. Moore, like they were his boss. The world upside down.
They worked for us, just like your dear Mr. Moore.
I hope they won't find another job anytime soon.
Tell me about the evening again, please. What happened tonight?
Mr. Moore left with his 3 bodyguards earlier in the evening. One of them got in the car, and Mr. Moore came down around midnight.
And then?
They came back around 2 a.m. Mr. Moore was limping. He was leaning on one of his bodyguards, and he was bleeding.
Was he injured?
I told him I could call an ambulance or a doctor, but he didn't answer. I went closer to insist, but Wu told me they were in control of the situation, that it was no big deal. They went upstairs, and I saw drops of blood in front of the elevator. I told myself they were being unreasonable. What did those 2 goons know about it? So I called Mr. Moore on the internal line several times.
Did he pick up?
Not once. So I went upstairs and rang the doorbell, but nobody answered. So I went back down to the front desk and I called you.
The lieutenant told me there was an access to the basement.
Yes, using the service elevator through the kitchen. You need a magnetic pass to use it. I gave the spare to your colleagues who wanted to go down there. I still have the original. Do you want it?
Please. Thank you for your statement.
You have to find out who did this, officer. Justice needs to be done for him. And for his family.
And we need to find out who's messing with us. That's what we're here for. You can count on us. Stick around in case we have more questions.
Blood looks fresh.